Welcome to Two Italian Women
and the stories they tell
with Erica Martin
and Diane Bovalino
and our very special guest star,
Lalitha Donatella Riback, our author and life coach. We are so excited.
Absolutely. And she has been giving us so much good information about goddess energy. Diane and I are fired up to do this interview and to be meeting with her. So welcome.
Hello, Diane and Erica. I'm delighted to be here. Yes, we have been talking about the goddess. It's one of my favorite topics. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, so happy to have you. Your energy is absolutely incredible. And you've energized Diane and I just by our little conversation prior to airing the podcast. So please feel free to share and talk about whatever you like. Let us know a little bit about your business.
Yes, I'll be happy to. It's been a long time. It took me a long time to find the perfect methodology to help people. I was in PR and also I worked in cultural affairs at the Italian consulate for some time in Chicago. So I had this career that had nothing to do with healing modalities or other spiritual teachings. And I was very satisfied. I had success. I was at the top of some organizations. I volunteered a lot. It was very fulfilling. And then one day I got very depressed. I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to publicize people that they are not helping the world, or they were all fantastic people, and I appreciated them. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And I went from having a lot of success with it to having almost no results, which was a great sign. So I started to dislike, but then they promoted me. They made me vice president. Then they promoted me again, creative director. So I got stuck for 2 more years. And then I finally said, no more, we're done. And I left and I became a yoga teacher. And then my real life started. So for 30 years, I've been studying all these amazing methodologies taught by the yogis. What I discovered was that in India, or at least in the Vedic system, the goddess has every power. Literally, I have this very beautiful special name that my spiritual teacher, Dr. Pillai, gave me. It's Lalitha. She's the divine mother, the supreme goddess. And she sits on the body of her husband. He cannot even move until she gets up and starts dancing and creating everything. So the goddess has every power. It's exciting because also men have that kind of power. It's called Shakti. And once you connect with the goddess energy, you become very creative, very joyful, because she brings everything that is sustaining, that sustains life, and also that makes life better, that makes life joyful, wealth, beauty, love, wisdom. Even wisdom is a goddess Saraswati. So this is not to belittle men, it's the other way around, to show, yes, men have that too, and they can awaken it anytime, just with a little knowledge and a little bit of open-mindedness. It's not a very masculine energy, though some goddesses become masculine so they can destroy evil. And then, of course, the gods also cherish that power, and they themselves want to be part of it. And so they have consorts for that. So this archetype called Shiva is a consort whose name is Lalitha or Parvati. She has many names, depending on what she's doing. So Lalitha is the more like life, erotic kind of consort. Parvati is the mother. So I love this topic because it empowers women, and I work as a life coach with a lot of women. And a lot of women, as you know, sometimes they didn't have the perfect environment to express themselves, and to awaken those talents that we have within, all of us have. And so I try with my methodologies to help and empower the best in women, right? And so far it's worked very nicely. I've had my business since 2018.
That is beautiful. And we talked about our book club that's coming up that we called Females United. And it really is about bringing women together in that spiritual energy and really tapping into what brings their soul alive, what is their purpose, right?
Yes,
And so much of your work speaks to that. You have a book
I
that I would
do.
love
It's
for you to
called
share.
Bliss Lab. Bliss Lab, how the ancient yogis acquired the supernormal powers and how you can too. So everyone has supernormal powers. We call them supernormal because we have not been taught how to awaken them. They're actually scientific. We have them in us. And also on the subtle level, we can go to the scriptures of every religion that says you were made in the image divine, in the image of God. Even the Bible says that, right? But the same in the Vedic system, they say you are God. You're not just the image of God, you literally are God. And the yogis spend a lot of time saying, God, I am, God, I am, God, I am. And they don't want to talk about anything else. They're very greedy. They don't want a job. They don't want to have a multi-million-dollar businesses. I'm God, I'm God, I'm God. So they can have those supernormal powers and they can have whatever they want. They can travel through galaxies. They can become very small and very big. Okay, I don't see myself becoming very small and very big yet. But I do see how these teachings have a lot of value. And I have noticed a change in me, definitely. I don't have any impossibility thinking anymore. I grew up with a very, with a set of parents who were very traditional, very much into education. They both had PhDs. They wanted me to do that. It took a lot of determination, to find my own path.
And it certainly sounds like you have. And part of what brought us
I'm
all
rebellious
together,
by nature.
welcome to the club. Well, I don't know about you. Well, you're a bit of a rebel. She's getting older. She's becoming a little more rebellious, but I'm definitely rebellious. It must be, well, first of all, our first connection, we're all Italian women.
Yes, right.
Although you were born and raised in Italy.
I am. Yes. So I was born in Italy in the north, and I lived in Rome for a long time, always in the summer. But I grew up near Milan. I went to university in Milan, near Milan, and also in Milan. So I don't feel I belong to a certain area of Italy. It's my original country. I love it. And my parents stayed there. I'm the only one from my family who came to the United States after I got married. So I feel that my heart is still there, but I feel also Indian in my heart. I feel also American in my heart. So I have a big heart.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
And
I try to have a big heart.
Well, not try, you're doing. You do have a part, right? And so coming from Italy, now living in New York, loving being a writer, being a coach,
and a Vedic astrologer. So
that was the next part. I was getting there because you mentioned the word galaxy, and I said, "Oh, we're gonna have to come back to that." So
yes, I love to talk about the stars. I don't know about you, but since I was a child, I love to look at this night sky. And then one day, studying all of these yogic disciplines, Diane, right? You're a yogini.
Yes.
So you meet Vedic astrology, then you meet Vedic numerology. I studied a lot of Ayurveda for over 20 years. Part of those studies were with famous people like Deepak Chopra and also Dr. Simon. They were stars, right? Vasant Lad. So fantastic. I've been exposed to fantastic teachings. At the same time, something was missing. I was teaching yoga, and I felt that people did not have the transformation I wanted them to have. And then when I moved to India for 5 years, I didn't really move there, but I feel that for 5 consecutive years, I was there. So I would come back after 6 months and then go back after a month. So I pretty much lived there. And I noticed that Vedic astrology made the biggest impact. And scientists were using it for everyday life. So they would check the auspicious time of the day, and they would select certain times for, and I mean scientists with a reason. Like I recently taught a master class for a foundation in India. One of the teachers on that panel with me were luminaries. They created their own software. They were either mechanic engineers or software engineers. Some graduated from Oxford, actually, School of Physics, or amazing things. And I thought, wow, all these bright people, I cannot even compare. They're so intelligent. How do they have this passion for Vedic astrology, just like me, that I'm a yogini? I came from the other side. And there's so much value in it. I absolutely stand by it. And I think everyone should know Vedic astrology, or at least consult a Vedic astrologer, because we don't have the sun sign we have in the West. You know, Western astrology is a little different. All the signs have moved. So I believe a lot of teachings have been lost throughout the centuries, because hundreds of factors and calculations have been lost in the new system. So we still maintain that, and we go by 3,000 years worth of case studies. So we really stand by this. We say, when the sun is here, it will do this, period. And it is like that. So that's been my experience. I've been a professional.
How long have you been studying this? How long has this been part of your passion?
Been 20 years to study Vedic astrology, but I've been practicing for 11 years. I have a BA in Vedic Arts and Sciences, and so Vedic astrology. So I really love it so much that I know it's an ocean, and I don't even pretend that I'm done studying. I will always study this. There is a lot to find out about this.
An ocean's huge.
An ocean, yeah. So like yoga, you know, it's an ocean. Yeah.
Well, I think for all of us, we're always works in progress, right? There's like, it's like peeling back one layer of an onion, only to find that there's something else. I mean, as a therapist, that's always what I'm doing with my clients.
You're a therapist, and you see that in the minds of so many people, right?
Absolutely.
And I found out that sometimes some planets become very active in our lives, and that person seems totally transformed. And sometimes for better, sometimes not having problems. So you can have a lot of remedies through Vedic astrology, because it's a remedial system. It's not a punishment. Hey, you're in the years of Saturn, you're going to suffer until you die. Who wants to know that?
No.
Who needs to know that, right?
No,
so
you're right. That doesn't sound fun.
The Rishis gave this system for us to fix our lives.
No.
Right? To be successful, to have more wealth, or even to become enlightened. You can take it wherever you like.
It sounds
Sorry,
very
Diane.
No. It sounds very I've always have found, from a very young age, I found astrology interesting. Just, you know.
Yes, so did I. Yeah. But I wasn't a Capricorn, as they told me. I don't even have one planet in Capricorn.
Oh, I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn.
Yes, so I'm a Capricorn by birth, supposedly, in the Western system, but I don't even have a planet in Capricorn. That's to show you how different these systems are, right? There's nothing Capricorn about me.
Oh, so like I read Capricorn.
Wonder who you are, yeah. Wonder what sign you really are, like the moon and the ascendant. Yeah, I'd love to know.
I would love to find out. Now, I know you did this for a long time, and you kind of more geared away from that as your primary work and like doing birth charts and things, but you integrate it into your work and coaching.
Yes, I do.
And other things. And how beautiful, because you also have the book that we're mutually co-authoring, which is Co-Creating with the Divine.
Yes.
I asked for a sneak peek on a little bit about your chapter, or do you want to save it? You don't have to tell.
Oh, no, I can say a little about it. I don't remember much, because I was the first to say amen to Kathy Carey, who is the mastermind behind this project, and she's amazing. She brings us all these opportunities to come together with amazing women so far. Really? Also some men have joined, right? And the chapter is about, hey, you're God, you forgot. And this is what's coming. What's coming is Satya Yuga, the time of enlightenment, the path where you remember who you are, and that you don't have to work so hard, 18 hours a day. Even if you want a business, you can do that very quickly, because you're God. So you can have 200% life. A 200% life means completely fulfilled in the material and the relationship, and also 100% fulfilled on your spiritual path, your life purpose. And
You hear this?
Yeah, I need to read your chat.
She needs to hear this. No more 18 hours.
No more 18 hours. Yeah, I've done that in the beginning of when I started my business. Then I realized, no, my teachings are not going to be good if I'm burned out. And I changed my business model. It works much better now. Yeah.
So now I know you talked earlier when we were doing our I'm going to call it our meet and greet. You talked about karma.
Yes. Mhm.
I don't know if you'd
That's
like
a
to share
biggie.
a little bit
That's
about
a
that, because I found
biggie.
it so interesting. I like
And karma is a big deal, and it's kind of belittled in our society, right? Do we think we are the master of the world? Yes, we are, but do we know anything about our background? Our background is multiple lives, hundreds of lives, even thousands of lives, and in some people, even some souls of millions of lives. So we have had thoughts, we have had families, we have committed some crimes, we have done some good to society. All that put together kind of makes our makeup. And some choices we have made in the past are still alive through thoughts. We also have epigenetics. We literally think the thoughts of our ancestors in this life, right? Maybe they were not our ancestors in past lives, but in this one life, we're kind of run by those thoughts. And the moon brings you thoughts. The moon is the mind in Vedic astrology. So the way it influences the ocean, right, the tides, it literally changes this. And we can be run by this crazy moon this day that it's a particular lunar phase that's really bad for you and you don't know why you're having all these horrible thoughts and maybe you're upset. And then the next day, the moon moves to a favorable sign and you're happy and everything goes well. So that also influences your karma and your thoughts. So there are people who have poverty thinking or poverty consciousness rather, because the thoughts maybe are, I want $1 million. So that's a good thought. But negative thought is like, it doesn't happen to me. And that's so subtle and it's in the subconscious, right? So all those thoughts will influence the karma of a person. Yeah, and it can be changed. It's not a destiny. It is not a sentence. So karma must be changed if we want a good life. All right, I've done a lot of work for that. Because,
Sounds like it.
yeah, I had to if I wanted to become a spiritual teacher. Yeah.
We talk a lot of empaths watch our show.
My favorite, close to my heart.
Would you say
very sensitive people, right?
Right, and highly sensitive people.
Yes.
Would you say that the moon affects empaths and highly sensitive people in these cycles that you speak of more than non-empaths or non-highly
Good thought. Yes, good question. That's a fantastic question. I like to say, yes, the moon influences us all. We can call ourselves lunatics if we want, because literally we're run by this program that comes in, goes into a certain constellation, comes into a favorable place for us individually, and maybe for another person, that's a terrible day. So people who are sensitive and also maybe they have a certain placement of the moon can suffer more. And there are placements of the moon in certain constellations that bring more suffering because it's karmic. Of course, they're born with that moon. And when they're lucky, they can use it to become more compassionate and help others. But sometimes they just feel the sorrow and they don't know how to get out of it. And that's when they call Erica, hey, help me out. Or they call me.
Just saying, and how that translates into perhaps labels that oftentimes are prescribed.
I refer some people that I think, no, they deserve to have a different kind of help here. Or sometimes I give remedies for either the moon or another planet that causes troubles. Yes, because the planets they send radiation and they influence our thoughts. So that also becomes our karma. And we're born with certain placements of the planets so that we are influenced in different ways. Individually, we can see that. Yeah.
You're fascinating.
You too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, how kind. How kind.
And obviously, you have the planets of beauty. right? A good
Oh,
placement of Venus, a nice placement of the moon that makes you feminine. And yeah, I like that.
pasta.
Pasta, that's good food. It's the moon. The moon rules different things, mothers, feelings, emotions, the mind. So, first of all, water, good food, nurturing others. And we women are obsessed with nurturing others, right?
Oh, it's so true. It's
It
so true. And that's why I think it's so great to have a forum where we can all come speak the same language, even if we're not speaking the same language.
Right.
That
Right. We're born in
understand.
different countries and then we have the same interests. So we are the same in a way, yes.
Absolutely.
I like my dolls. This is the goddess.
I love that.
Goddess. She's the supreme goddess. Her name is actually Vadivudai in South India, but she's a form of Lalita. And this is another aspect of the Divine Mother. Her name is Minakshi. She's more important than her husband Shiva. Shiva is the supreme god. She's the supreme goddess. You have to pray. You have to go to her temple before you can pray to Shiva. She is the empowerment for women, basically.
I wouldn't mind implementing some of these rules into my life. How do you feel?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Yes. Yes.
Besides,
I like that.
psychology is part of the moon. The moon's domain include the mind and psychology, psychiatrists. Yes, all those paths are ruled by the moon. So I like to see your
Why
moon.
we stay up late
Oh, really?
and text
Talking?
each other. Yeah, we do that sometimes.
Well, also when you were
You're
talking
not
about,
related, right? You're friends since childhood?
Right.
For how
Yeah,
long?
right.
Oh, wow. So like,
oh,
for how long?
I'd
8 years?
say, yeah. Yes, 8 years.
That
Oh,
8 years
okay. So
we
it's been a
first,
while.
yes,
Yes.
we first started on this journey. But you know, I was thinking when you were talking about, you know, how the waves, the water is affected by the cycles of the moon, etc. I'm a Cancerian. Well, maybe I am,
Oh,
according to Western.
maybe, right?
Not.
Would you like me to see now your moons?
I would love
Why
that.
not?
Really?
Right? Oh, but how about you write your birth details? Because I need the year. Or we can do that on another episode. It's up to you.
That's fine if you don't mind. I mean, I don't want to.
I'll be happy, delighted to check your moons. Yes, just if you can please type your birth details, I will. I have software here I can use right away.
Right here, you want me to put it?
Yeah, right. There we go.
So Erica first or Diane first?
Erica's going first.
I'm going all in.
I did. We'll test it. That's wonderful for your audience.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
so
would be
June
great.
23rd, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and location though.
Okay.
Location is very important because the lunar phases sometimes are different. The constellations change from depending on where we are observing that.
Oh, US.
Pennsylvania? Oh, I love
Yes.
that. My spiritual teacher used to teach at university in Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yes. Dr. Pillai, yeah. He used to, yeah, he's phenomenologist of religion. All right, so let me start your birth chart. I will send you a picture after.
That's lovely. Thank you, Lalita. Wait. Lalita.
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 I know it's a mouthful. I realize that. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's beautiful.
23rd.
And especially now that I know the origin of it, it makes it even more beautiful for you. So
Being inspiration. Remember that our names have vibrations. They're like mantras. So they do affect our thinking and they do influence our actions and they change destiny. I didn't know that. I found out
your
from my
name's
teacher.
Dean? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I don't have your time of birth. Oopsie.
Oh.
Diane first. So I'm doing Diane now.
Oh, you need my time of birth?
Birth. Yes, please. So if you have the time, at least approximately, that
I
would
think
be
it was this. Oh, I don't remember.
3 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
That's from the birth certificate.
Yeah.
Mm.
About, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was always a night owl.
Hopefully I'm writing this correctly. Oh, yes, it's correct. Yes, got it. Okay. All right, let me tell you your moon, Diane. Your moon is in Scorpio. Oh, I love it. Anuradha Nakshatra. So it's the birth star. It's the constellation. Let me see. It's a beautiful nakshatra for wealth, for fame, for friends. The archetype is a king called Vishvamitra. He was a great king who wanted to help humanity. Particularly, he wanted to help his subjects, the people in his kingdom. He wanted to make them all kings, give them the lifestyle he had. He was very, very idealistic, obviously. Yeah, like her. Oh, that's wonderful. And he actually achieved that in different ways than he thought. Not as a king. He became a sage. He went to study in an ashram in the forest. So he became secluded, and then he meditated. And then when he passed away, he meditated for 1,500 years, and he revealed mantras like the mantra for the sun and the mantra for wealth, which my teacher has revealed.
I
It's
love
fantastic, a very intuitive, very sensitive, super sensitive, if anything. Agree?
Yes, yes, I
Agreed.
am.
Good, excellent.
My
Let me save
intuition
it so I can send you a
getting
picture
stronger.
later. Sorry?
I said my intuition lately is just getting stronger.
Wow, but it will keep growing. That's a very intuitive nakshatra, but also it's a very sensitive nakshatra. The moon is Scorpio, right? I didn't say that. It's Scorpio moon. Okay.
You know what your name stands for?
No.
I just learned that Erica stands for Honorable Warrior.
Huh?
Wow,
I
both
love
of you
that.
are warriors. You're Diane, the goddess of hunt, right? In the Greek, in Greek mythology.
Mm.
Diana. All right, so now we'll look at Erica's 12. So December 26th.
Oh no, that's her
okay.
birthday.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I think we mixed up a little bit. So, okay, so June 23rd.
That's me.
Oh, because it was typed by Diane.
Oh, we're
it's
typing on the same computer. That's probably what it, so maybe
Okay,
the
okay,
first
no
one.
worries. So Erica, you are, yeah, so you, Anuradha Moon, I don't know if I wrote it all correctly. Can I go through it
Sure.
without revealing your year of birth?
That's fine, absolutely.
Let's see. I have a million things opening up, but just as we are trying to assess this. Okay, so June 23rd at 3 p.m. in Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
2:33 a.m.
Oh, okay. 2:33 a.m. 2:33 a.m. So, okay, so that's Erica.
Yeah, I've always been a night owl.
Yeah, so, okay. Let's see where your moon is. Oh, beautiful moon in Vishaka. Okay, love it. Okay, fantastic. I'll tell you what it is. It's ruled by Venus. It's very gracious, very you like people get you immediately. They like your manners. You're very refined. You love art and beauty, and so you have a great rapport with people you meet, and you just love social life, but not in just to blah blah. You know what this? But you like beauty. You like art. You like luxury. You see the value in having a great life, because then you can give more to others. Yes, I love that. Does he define you in a little bit?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, there are a lot of more planets to analyze, but let's talk about the moon. Yes, definitely. You have a beautiful Venus and both, yeah, beauty, obviously, and the moon in a good placement for Venus position. Yes, excellent.
I love this because
Okay.
this just gives us some information that we get to then take and kind of explore, figure out how it kind of shows up or explains some aspects, like you said, against just like that Western view of astrology?
The Western view is not wrong. It just analyzes the sun. The sun is the father. The sun is success. The sun is the self. So in the way, but in a birth chart, the ascendant is actually the self. So so they're really two different systems, and they go by the season, right? So people in December are called Sagittarians, and people in January usually Capricorn. So it goes by the season. It's a tropical system. It's a long story, and I'm not an expert, so we're going to skip that. It's possible.
Wonderful. Well, before we do conclude, because you've been a joy, I could sit here and talk to you all
What
day.
about Diane's moon? I feel bad. No, I know. Okay, Diane, January, no, December 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. It's your turn. Okay. All right. So December
26, yeah, 3 p.m.
26, 3 p.m. We keep New York. What state is it?
Syracuse, New York.
Okay,
Upstate.
so yes, okay. So Diane. So exciting. All right, to confirm, December 26th. Oopsie.
They're
1
cute.
second.
Well, it probably would have been a lot more helpful if we weren't texting everything and it was coming from both of us to her at the same time. I don't think we made her job
No,
any.
that's okay. December 26th at 3 p.m. in Syracuse, right?
Yes.
I wrote to New York, but I will change that later. Syracuse. All right, here we go. All right, ready? And the moon is coming now. Moon, Taurus, fantastic. No wonder you get along so well. Both your moons are ruled by Venus. So you love to work with women. You have this gracious way about, yourselves. Yeah, so definitely you were supposed to be very close friends. I'm not exaggerating. This is perfect. Because when we have the same planet ruling the moon, people understand each other immediately and intuitively, and they appreciate each other. Yes.
That's kind of to have for a change, isn't it?
Yes.
Because most people don't understand us at all.
Ironically, you're more into luxury, actually new ideas also, because Mrigashira Nakshatra brings you a lot of curiosity about the world in a gentle way. You go around, poke new neighborhoods, you go and explore. Do you like short travels?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the spas.
Yes, you do. Oh, yeah.
That's the luxury part coming out.
So you finish each other's sentences. That's another sign of compatibility, right? Obviously. But now we know, because you have your moons are both ruled by Venus. So Diane, you're a Taurus, and Erica is a Libra.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. I'll do a little more research on that. So,
yeah, I will send you the birth charts. Yes, yes.
Thank you. So before we leave, and I'm so sorry that we have to go, because I could literally spend all day talking with you. Any other things that you wanted to leave our audience with? Anything you wanted to say? Or
how can they get in touch with you?
Yes, so you can get in touch with me on my website. It's called Shreem, like the sound of wealth, the goddess Lakshmi Lab, meaning come and test it, through life coaching and also Vedic Astrology. And also I have a gift for your audience, if you'd like to know. I have a download. It's the most downloaded. Yes, it's a PDF. It's a PDF, but it's really, what is it? It is 5 minutes to rewire your mind and create everything you want. So many everything you want.
I'm gonna go get it.
It's a free gift.
I'm gonna go out there and get it. And also, everyone,
I'll send that to you.
And I'll put all the information down in our show notes too.
Yeah, I hope everyone will love it. And again, it's the most downloaded thing on my website.
I
People
love
love it. It's been very helpful. Lots of I can tell you what it is. It's also lots of sound mantras can change our mindset. They can help us shift from a bad mood into a positive state of mind. So it's something useful that you can use right away.
Oh, well, what a lovely gesture on your part. And I'm also excited to get more people exposed to hearing about you, the wonderful work that you do. And we're hoping to stay in touch.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Let's do this again. Yes,
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on and spending time with us.
And giving us all this information. We appreciate it. And so sending you love and light. And
Love and light to both of you. And thank you so much. I enjoyed it so much.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.